Are you too busy to start YouTube? I like to start off my videos with the exact question or phrasing in the title so you know exactly what we're going to talk about today. And I guess the answer to this one is no. You guys might be thinking, oh, it depends, right? I'm going to talk about every single level you might be at in life and how you can work around your quote unquote busy schedule to start making some content. Because, guys, I am fed up with excuses, not only everyone in the world's excuses, but my own excuses, okay? So I am making this video primarily for myself, selfishly, guys. Well, I'm going to be playing some Excitebike 64. A lot of you guys might not even, when you think of the N64, you don't think of Excitebike. You're like, what? That game? Really? It's freaking awesome, dude. N64, it has some of the best racing games, like multiplayer racing games of all time. I've already played a couple on this channel. I played Wave Race 64, which is goated. I played Pod Racer 64, Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing. There's just so many more that I'm going to get to, but this is underrated, guys. But anyway, I don't really have a lot of nostalgic memories of this one, but I'm going to be playing it today and getting to figure out the mechanics of it while I talk about you being too busy to start YouTube. And guys, it's just a cope. I'm telling you right now. You're not too busy to start YouTube. It's a cope. It's something you tell yourself so that you feel less ashamed and so that you feel less guilty about not starting something that could potentially take you out of the rat race and give you a new lease on life, actually give you some enjoyment in life. Right? Being too busy is a cope. It's a lie because we spend a lot of hours of our days bullshitting around, and you guys know it. There's going to be some people in the comments that are like, not me. I optimize my time. I spend every single hour of the day, optimized to be using it. I never scroll on social media. I never watch movies. I never whatever you do to fill your time. I never watch YouTube videos endlessly and endlessly again. I'm raising my hand. That's me. I waste a lot of time consuming content, and it's not even content to where I think is going to help me, which I have trying to kind of move towards in terms of let me watch, other YouTubers videos about how to grow on YouTube just to get some ideas, right? But no, I watch I watch things for pure entertainment sometimes, which I watch a lot of gaming documentaries. I watch a lot of top 10 lists of video games. A lot of that retro nostalgia goodness. You know what I mean? I just waste a lot of my time that I could be creating. So guys, I don't want you to think I'm coming in here in this video with like a holier than thou, speaking from a high horse, okay? Because I am not perfect at all and I waste a lot of time. And that's something that I'm actively trying to get better at, honestly. Is time management, because we all have the same amount of hours in a day, right? You guys have all heard it. But what I want to stress to you guys is you need to be utilizing those. Why am I going so slow? You guys need to be optimizing your energy levels throughout the day and utilizing the hours of the day and turning it into like focused energy pockets. All right. Now, what I mean by that is, oh, wow. Okay. I was like, why am I going so slow? But it was because I didn't have momentum. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to start out with tiers. Okay. We'll call tier 1 the unemployed person who does nothing all day. Okay. You, sir, or ma'am, you have no excuse. Okay. There is literally no excuse for you to put some hours aside in the day to focus on creating content. Really, what's your excuse? You have the basics of everyday life to keep up on, like waking up, brushing your teeth, eating breakfast, eating lunch, right? But that's it. If you have no other responsibilities, there is literally no excuse. You should be, starting your systems and trying to figure out how to produce content in a way in which is going to be best for you. And you have time on your hands. You're unemployed. You know, maybe you're looking out, maybe you're out there job searching or whatever, but right now you have all the time in the world to put into your passion. Try and, you know, wow, this game really does not reward you if you do not know how to play right. That's crazy. Anyway, like it's not gonna, this is cool. Like it's actually, if you do not know how to take these bumps right, it's not gonna be like, oh, let me just let him, you know, be good. Like, nope, you better learn the physics of this. But anyway, so that's person number one. You have literally no excuse. Now, the other people I'm going to be talking about, you have no excuses either, but still, I mean, you just have a little bit more resistance, if you know what I mean. So, person number two, he has or she has a job and that's it, right? No kids, no boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. He just has a job and that's it. They come home and they go to sleep and then they wake up and they go to the job again and then so on and so forth. Wow, I don't think I've ever played this bad on a YouTube 64 video. This is insane. It's because I'm concentrating too much on the message, guys. I'm not concentrating on the game. But anyway, all right. So you're person number two, right? You're like, oh, I'm so tired when I get home. I'm so busy for YouTube. There's no way I can start a YouTube channel because I have a full-time job. There's not enough hours in the day. And you know what? You know, you're semi-right. Your soul-sucking job, your 9-to-5 job is killing your energy. It's killing your soul. It's killing your life force. Because not only is that a 9-to-5, 8 hours of your day, what about the hour and a half beforehand when you have to wake up and get ready and actually psych yourself up to go, you know, to this soul-sucking job? And then the hour after, you know, you have to drive home. Then you have to decompress, right? Whatever that means, you know, getting home, taking a shower, putting something on for a little bit so that you can all those terrors throughout the day, all the mental anguish, you know, you can just let loose, right? But after that, that's when you need to focus, guys. That's when you need to be like, okay, if I want to change my circumstances, if I am not happy where I am at currently, I need to do something about it. And I need to put in 2 to 3 hours of focused work each day on a goal, you know, whether that's starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, whatever, so that your efforts can compound day by day. And that over the longer period of time, you will see growth and you will see improvement. And, you know, you could potentially scale your business that way, or you might see some good results. So everybody here, you have a full-time job, you come home and you're like, maybe tomorrow, you know, I'm not feeling like it today. That's a conscious decision on your on your part to not get started and start building your life raft out of the rat race, off of the hamster wheel and into a passion of yours that you actually want to turn into a business. Because that's the thing today, guys, turning your passions and hobbies into businesses, because that's what we have to do. That's what, so we don't have to do it, but a lot of people, why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to make money doing something that you actually enjoy doing? Like, if I could make money right now, like a shitload of money by just playing Nintendo 64 games and talking about growing on YouTube, man, I'd be a happy camper. You know what I mean? Like, if this channel blows up, and, you know, I have other channels that I'm trying to with different passions, but you think I won't be happy if this channel does, you know, well, and I open up like a school community and we talk, you know, I get people in there and we all, you know, talk about growing our YouTube channels and give each other advice. Like, that is goals, guys. I would be super happy. I'd wake up with a smile on my face because I would know I wouldn't have to go to I wouldn't have to report anywhere at any time and report to anybody. I can wake up whenever I want, film whatever I want. You know, I'd still be doing work, but it'd be work that I'm actually enjoying, right? Anyway, so no, I don't give you guys an excuse if you have a full-time job, because, and this is without kids, right? Like I said, it's a single person, full-time job. Now, we're moving on to another tier. The next tier is you have a full-time job and you have children or you're married, okay? That's a whole different tier. Because now, you know, my sister just had a kid and I see firsthand how much time and attention that kids actually take and need. And I look at that and I'm like, wow. I don't have kids yet, but you know, if I do in the future, oh my goodness, am I gonna have to get my shit in order in terms of time management? Because one, you know, when you have a kid, you can go one of two ways, right? You just give up on your dreams. You give up on your dreams and your life, and you know, you just focus full time on the kid, and all your energy goes into that. Or you're able to use time management and still figure out how to be productive in your free hours, right? And of course, you know, guys, when kids grow older, you have a little bit more free hours. You don't have to like watch them 24/7, right? So, but I have, you know, I'm sympathetic to everybody who has like young toddlers and stuff, and young kids, and even teenagers. Like kids can be, you know, they're a lot of work, and so, but that's still, I don't give you a pass. I don't give you an excuse, because how bad do you really want it is the question. All right, how bad do you want to quit that job? How bad do you want to Stone Cold Steve Austin flip off your boss, get out of there, and do something you want to do for once in your freaking life? Okay? How bad do you want to change your circumstances? Because a lot of people, you know, they're only pushed to make drastic moves when something drastic happens to them, right? They're living in that in-between, which is a very scary place to be. They're living in that comfort. They're living in that safe space. They're living in that you know, that place where they know that if they don't just make any crazy moves, that they can have a decent life, right? Or a sustainable life. But, you know, they're still going to have to go to work and destroy their souls every day. So that, I couldn't do it. I myself couldn't do it. I know a lot of you guys are trying to get out of it. AI might even come and force you out of it soon. And I'm not even playing about that. I made a video a couple of videos ago called AI is coming for your jobs. Start a YouTube channel now. I'm serious about this, guys. Like, you guys think you're safe. Yeah. Oh, my job can't be. My job is irreplaceable. I'm a super valuable member of this team. And okay, dude, wait till the corporation needs to cut costs and finds out it could save a penny more by getting an AI to do your job. You're gone. Your health insurance is gone. Your maternity leave is gone. And yeah, so you don't get a pass. All right. Okay. So like, obviously there's different levels here, right? There you got the single person, no job all the time in the world. Then you got the person who's married or has a girlfriend, a little less time, right? You got to give some time to her or him. And then you have the partner with kids, and oh my goodness, you're like stage 5, no time. You're busy. Are you too busy for YouTube? And the answer is, there is no freaking answer. Okay, the answer is, are you too busy for YouTube? The answer is no. Actually, there is an answer. The answer is no. But you can make 101 excuses on why you are too busy, right? You'd be surprised at how we gaslight ourselves, guys. And I'm even talking about myself. Like, like for example, in the mornings, right? I go to film one of these YouTube 64 videos, and I hear the people mowing the lawn start to come out. I'm like, oh, I can't do it. Can't do it right now. There's a bunch of noise, right? I start talking to myself and negotiating with myself about how I can't film today. There's, I'm just so tired in the morning. I need to get my coffee first, or, there's too much noise here and I can't record. I just start making 1,000,001 excuses to not do something, wasting energy doing that, than to just be like, okay, if there's somebody, mowing the lawn super loud, then why don't I do something besides record? How about I edit, right? How about I create social media content? How about I do something else? But no, you guys know this too. You're listening to me right now. You guys will convince yourselves to not doing something in a variety of ways. It's miraculous how we kind of convince ourselves to not do something if it's going to be hard. The path of least resistance, right? Oh, wow. It's the first time I went out of bounds. But yeah, the answer is no. You're not too busy. Even if we'll go to the most extreme example, right? You're married, you got kids, you're at a job you hate, you basically, you have thoughts. Okay, maybe I need to actually make a move. I'm 30, 35, 40, I don't want to be doing whatever job I'm doing for the rest of my life. So I need to make a move now, or, never, or whatever. You should be hyper focused on where your time is going, especially if you're trying to build something. Even if it's an hour, 2 hours of highly intensive focused work a day, brother, sister, that will compound and that will lead to, some type of result. It's not going to lead to nowhere. And so you just kind of have to, find out what those pockets of time are for you. Is that early in the morning before everybody wakes up? Is that late at night when everybody's already put to bed? Right? It really, I keep going back to this, but you lose, try again. Don't you love the N64? By the way, guys, let me just rant a little bit about extreme sports. I know I haven't played Tony Hawk yet, but man, back in the 90s, what happened to that? It was like a trend or something, but it was just so much cooler back then. You had the only motocross person I knew was Travis Pastrana, right? The BMX person was Matt Hoffman. The skateboarder was Tony Hawk. Well, actually, a couple skateboarders, right? It was Tony Hawk, Bam Margera, Bucky Lasik. Who's the other famous guy? Dave Mirra was the bike guy, right? The motocross guy. And you had Shaun White, the snowboarder, right? You had these people who are known for their, specific thing. It was awesome. What happened to these 90s motorsports? They just went away. Very, very sad. A lot of people today watching YouTube missed the early 2000s, and I'm one of them. It was the no fear era, right? No fear. Think about that. If we all had a little bit less fear, we would go for our dreams, and we would not be afraid of failure, right? We would not be afraid to start stuff. We need to go back to that. I might even make some merch with that same no fear kind of, symbolism. I can't copy the exact logo or I'm going to get sued to oblivion. Speaking of, I don't want to get into copyright laws right now. I just don't. Maybe that'll be for a different video. But yeah, I'm wondering if you guys are watching this video and you clicked on it, and you're getting what I'm throwing out right now in terms of, if me answering your question, are you too busy to start YouTube? The answer is no. The answer is no. But you come up with a million excuses of why you are too busy. Literally, there are times in the day where you're not doing shit. Okay, you're literally not doing anything. You're wasting time, and you guys might be thinking, okay, well, the stressors of life, right? I go to this job. I'm stressed out for 8 hours a day. I come home, I spend whatever time I can with my kids. And then I just want some me time. I just want some downtime to turn my brain off and just, do nothing. Whether that's doom scroll on your phone and waste a bunch of hours, or whether it's, just watching brainless TV or just brainless YouTube channels or YouTube videos. But like I said, guys, you're consciously choosing to make that decision. And I understand. Because I've worked jobs. You don't think I'm just a YouTuber. I'm like some famous rich guy. I've worked jobs before. I understand. And I'll tell you the most taxing job I've ever worked. 1 year I worked at an after school program where I was in charge of running a fitness program for 30 kids. Okay. Multiple hours a day. And that was only for 5 hours a day. Okay. And when I got home after those days, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to think about anything. I just wanted to lay out. I didn't want to move because that was also a physically demanding job because I had to be on my feet all day. But anyway, I've worked retail jobs. I've worked high-end luxury, tuxedo shop jobs, right? I've worked tons of jobs. But anyway, the point I'm getting here is I understand the mental fatigue and the mental frustration that a job can take from you, and even kids, because I had to wrangle 30 freaking little suckers every day, and that is mentally exhausting. Okay, I get it. But it all comes down to, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want to escape the shackles of the job that is killing you at your soul level? How bad do you want it? If you don't want it that bad, then you will continue to make excuses, and you will continue to not make time for something that you think can take you out of that and save you. But if you're at the point where you just can't take it anymore, you're ready to go ballistic, then yes, then that might even motivate you to actually make some moves and actually stop with the excuses and put away time to actually get some work done. Now, if you are in this camp, which I hope everybody who clicked on this video, you're in the camp where you are too busy or you think you're too busy, right? That just means you need to work smarter and not harder, right? Study the game a little bit, because this psyop that society tells us, oh, just work hard and everything's going to be all right. Nah. Really? If that was the point, if that was the case, then garbage truck workers or the manual labor workers would be millionaires, right? But that's not real life, okay? That is not real life. Working smarter is a lot better than working harder. And I'm even going to make a YouTube a video called Lazy People Win at YouTube. Yeah, I'll save that for another one. But by working, lazy people work smarter because they put energy and effort into the most optimal way of doing something. So let's say you are, this goes back to my volume versus quality conversation here, but let's say you're married, you have kids, and you're trying to do something on the side, and you have 2 to 3 hours of focused work to do every day, right? Do you want to spend those 2 to 3 hours editing? Like, do you want your videos to be highly intensive editing? And you might want to do that, right? You might prefer that. It might take you a while for those types of videos to compound, right? But if, let's say you spend a focus 2 to 3 hours each night, right? And you could probably, finish a 10-minute video, highly produced, just your style or whatever, just so that you're happy with it. You could probably do one a week, right? With all things said, one a week, 4 videos a month, right? And if your videos kind of hit and pop, and they're what the market is looking for, then, your 4 videos a week turn into, 36 videos a year. And like I said, if you put your heart and soul into these videos and they're good quality videos, right? There's a message, people are receiving it, then, your channel has a good chance of getting some motion and getting out there, right? But a lot of people these days hate editing. I used to love editing. Now I don't think the ROI is there for editing unless, like I said, unless you have a very good strategy moving forward in terms of the niche you're going for and in terms of the spin that you're going for. Because editing can still be powerful. But me at this age and with this amount of experience and with this amount of time, I prefer to do videos like this where it's little to no editing. Wow, wrong way. First time that happened. Little to no editing, more stream of consciousness. Wow, this game really isn't forgiving. You could jump out of bounds. That's crazy. Some games will do the bumper bowling, right? They'll just knock you back in. But anyway, yeah, so I've chosen, to do this type of video for this channel because I can put out a lot of videos, if I stick to this format. But you have to find your groove. You have to find your niche. You have to find what level of editing and post-production, I can't say that word, post-production you're going to be happy with the output. And once you do that, optimize your system, right? How long does it take for you to come up with a topic for a video? How long does it take for you to write out a script or bullet points or, kind of figure out what you're going to say in a video? And how long does it take for you to actually edit the video, like sitting at the computer editing? Or do you have enough money to pay for editors, right? That can free up some of your time, but I'll tell you right now, you're paying for editors, you're paying what, $100, $150 per video. You're already in the hole without any promise of return for months and months and months and months. And that's if you reach the monetization threshold. So unfortunately, a lot of you guys who are not rolling in the dough are going to have to edit yourselves. So you need to think about this, really think about this in terms of how long do you want to spend editing? Because and I've said in the past, I'm a big fan of volume over anything else. So the more shots you throw into the universe, the more shots you throw into the universe, the more chances you have at the universe seeing one of them. And like a video like this, okay? So for example, people are going to only click on this video if it relates to them, right? For the people who clicked on this video, would this have been better with a bunch of jump cuts and things thrown on screen and, you know, some face cam guy talking about all this? Maybe. But, you know, some people learn differently and they take in information differently, right? We see it when we grow up as kids. Some people are audio learners. Some people are visual learners. Some people have to work with their hands to learn. Some people, when they're studying for a test or they're trying to memorize something, they write it down. Others have to hear it over and over again. Some would like to see visuals, right? There are people out there who are going to prefer my type of videos over the highly produced, crazy jump cut clown speaking on camera. It just is what it is. Some people might find this more relaxing than those videos. Some people might be able, find it that they're able to take in information easier this way. You never know, right? And I'll know, right? If the channel's a failure, I'll be like, well, that experiment didn't work, right? People didn't like this format, or it didn't vibe, it didn't stick, whatever. But a lot of it is trial and error. And saying all this to say, guys, remember I said work smarter and not harder. If you have limited time and you think you're too busy, which of course you're not too busy, it's just an excuse, you need to optimize your system and you need to optimize your effort and find out which type of videos work best for you, which type of videos you can produce in volume and be consistent with. Because yeah, if you are spending, 20 hours editing a video, like, yes, it can work if you're putting in, 2-3 hours consistently every day, good for you. But you're going to throw less shots out there into the universe, 4 videos a month. And you're going to feel bad if one of those videos doesn't take off, right? You're going to feel discouraged because the amount of effort and time to reward ratio, it's just human nature. None of us want to feel like we're wasting our time or we're just wasting our breath, right? So this is just the new game, guys. This is the new YouTube. So in my opinion, volume, is, I don't want to say better, but it's probably more statistically going to give you the better chance at success here in today's YouTube because of the amount of content that's being pushed out every day and the amount that the algorithm needs to kind of get to know you and place you in a certain niche. So that's all. I think I rambled enough today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.